What is the coon zone? I'm glad you asked. In the quest to be funny, sometimes black kids and teens end up in a region known as the coon zone. This is the zone that Malcolm X was in when he was still robbing people and had his hair straightened. This is the zone that Thomas Dubois and Uncle Ruckus live in to this day. Even the grandpa on the Boondocks was affected just a little bit by the coon zone, just a little tap, just a little nick, you know what I'm saying? And there's a reason that I'm calling it the coon zone and not the alt-right pipeline, because in the coon zone, you can still be pro-black. Like, I'll give you an example. So when I was in Montgomery County Community College, I was, trying to make friends, trying to make jokes. I explained this in the My Cringe Era video. You can watch that one, it's a few videos. Bottom line is, I was watching things like Milo Yiannopoulos, Ben Shapiro compilations, and then flipping them into my own jokes, right? Because it was mostly black people, Southeast Asians, Hispanics that I was interacting with on this campus. So I would flip them into something that would make us laugh, but I was still perpetuating the BS in those videos. And then on the flip side, while I was watching these videos to, make comedy and laugh at them and make fun or whatever, I was typing 8 to 10 page papers on how historically most of, or a significant amount of the African slaves that were brought over here during the, transatlantic slave trade were actually Muslims and could even be identified by white people, which has now been proven and is in the Black History. Like, it was insane, dude. It was so insane. I had to stand up right now. I gotta walk around because just the energy is boiling. Like, I would literally go from a feminism compilation, making fun of people in like 2016 to then typing about, in my sociology class, black women have been historically mistreated by the medical system due to like things like destroying the midwives because they were better midwives and better birthers and destroying all their type of medical stuff and not taking their pain seriously. Dude, it was a trick. Like, dude, the coon zone, it doesn't make sense. Like, I was in school because I thought I was going to be a doctor at 23. We don't have to talk about it. I was in school trying to be a doctor so I could open like my own free clinic for black people and poor people, while also making a ton of jokes about how intersectionality isn't real and how like feminism books need to be thrown into like the fiction section of the library. It's cringe. Like, the coon zone erodes at your soul for the price of a joke. It erodes what you actually believe in, like what you actually want to do in this world for the price of a ha-ha kiki. It's bad. And entering the coon zone could happen for a number of reasons. Sometimes it's driven by the fact that you don't want to get roasted in a COD lobby and you're like 12. Other times it could come from the fact that your parents threw you into college at 16 and you have no friends and you're bad at making friends, so you're trying to be the funny guy all the time. And here's the kicker. Even when you leave the coon zone, it still leaves like burns. Like, like in the Ultimate Spider-Man video game where Peter Parker had a little bit of the symbiote left after ripping the suit off and he turned into Carnage. It's kind of like, because even though I was like 19, 20 when I was like, whoa, I don't want to be a part of this, I want to be better, yada, 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 I still had some of that poison left. I was still making jokes at inappropriate times. Not all of them were great. It was 20. Yes, I made the choice to be a good person without the pressure of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, I have accomplished the bare minimum. And even though I was making, the improvements in my personal life and on the internet and whatever, I was still messing up. I was still telling jokes at the wrong periods of time. I was still rage baiting on Twitter for no reason, especially during the pandemic because I was bored. But I got checked about it in real life, and it really happened in 2 parts. It started on Twitter because I was, chopping it up with my friends or whatever. I joined a thread about, black historical figures, and we were talking about, the list of our heroes and stuff like that, and someone brought up Frederick Douglass, and then someone else brought up how Frederick Douglass was mistreating his wife back in the, and I was just like, no way, not my goat Frederick Douglass, not Freddie D. What? So yeah, we like talked about it, and like my brain kind of justified it as, well, that sounds like, just your average dude in the 1700s. Probably wasn't that bad. But then a couple months later, at like a July 4th, barbecue, something like that, we were outside. We were putting something on the grill. One of my aunties came up to me and was like, hey, I know you're a little dropped out right now. You're taking a little break, because I was a little bit dropped out of college. I made the decision to go back that fall, but it was the summer, so I wasn't in school. She was like, hey, I know you're trying to do all this cool stuff. You're trying to be a doctor. You're trying to help out the community. That's great. Don't turn to Frederick Douglass. And I was like, oh man, that conversation coming back. But I was like, Frederick Douglass, what's wrong with Frederick Douglass? And then here's what she hit me. She was like, Frederick Douglass did amazing things for black people. He helped us get free. He did all that stuff. The Civil War stuff, he was important, but he never taught his wife how to read. My brain didn't fully get that at the time, but it hit something in my spirit. And that was the first time in my life I didn't have a joke. I didn't have a response. I didn't have anything funny to say. The funny guy ran out of joke. And I was just like, okay, I understand. Even though I didn't fully get it, I was just like, okay. The coon zone's bad, dude. The coon zone is bad. Even when you get out. You still have bad excuses for arguably worse people. Oh, he's still funny. Maybe he's this, maybe he's that, maybe he didn't mean it, yada, 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 da, 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 da. No. It's a grown person. Whether through their actions or their words, when they show you who they are, believe them the first time. You should not be making excuses for grown-ass people. That also doesn't mean nobody can change. I was 20, 21, I changed. People can change, but it doesn't mean that you have to make excuses for them. If you keep making excuses for people, they'll never change. Coon zone's bad, man. The coon zone is bad. And that's why I'm trying to, build a platform, I guess, that like keeps the children away from that, that pushes them this way. Hey, there's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you that way. Go that way. Hey, we don't make fun of the disabled around here. Go that way. Hey, we don't make fun of this, that, and third one around here. Go that way. I'm trying to, because most of my fan base is around my age, so that's why I still talk about it actively, because I'm only like 25, 26. But I know there's like some young people that watch me. I'm trying to push them the other way. Go that way. Don't go this way. Don't go that way. Don't go towards the coon zone. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to make jokes. It's okay to do funny things. But like, think it through and don't erode your soul at the price of a joke.